Pink Floyd's Nick Mason sets up a full tour for his Saucerful of Secrets. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music. Well, it turns out the first 4 shows in London sold out quick and turned out pretty good. So now the former drummer of Pink Floyd has announced over 20 dates across Europe and the UK. The first is on September 2nd in Stockholm, Sweden, and then it winds down in Nottingham, UK on September 29th. So far, there are no North American dates. The new band consists of Gary Kemp of Spandau Ballet fame, Lee Harris of the Blockheads, bassist Guy Pratt, and composer-producer Dom Beken. Mason has said it's important for fans to realize that this is not a tribute outfit. They don't do the songs exactly like they did when Syd Barrett was in the band. And we're talking the 2 first albums, The Piper at the Gates of Dawn and A Saucerful of Secrets. As for Kemp doing the Syd Barrett parts, Nick Mason says, Gary's not quite taking the place of Syd. It was to do with who was enthusiastic for it, and Gary did. I hope different elements will appeal to different people. Something like a version of Bike is one of the more difficult things we've tackled. And then there are things like Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun, just because it's one of my favorites to play. Nick Mason is 74 years old. He's been with the band since the beginning. He's a founding member since 1965. He formed this band with Roger Waters and 2 former members who we have lost. Syd Barrett, who passed away in 2006 at the age of 60, and Richard Wright, who was 65 when he passed in 2008. In 1968, Barrett was replaced by David Gilmour. I was just talking to Alan White of Yes just yesterday, and he says even though touring and they're doing their 50th anniversary, and they're still a band, unlike, of course, Pink Floyd, he told me even though that's physically demanding to do that, he also realizes that it's good for his health. It's good exercise. We'll be featuring part 1 of that interview this weekend. Also look for interviews from one of the lead singers of the Alan Parsons Project, Lenny Zakatek. We talked to him for like an hour and a half about what he did before Alan Parsons Project, during that band, and the fact that they didn't tour, at least back then, and what he's been up to lately. Also, Jimmy Messina of Loggins and Messina and Buffalo Springfield and Poco. We'll also talk to Elliot Murphy, a star that should have been, a guy that I bought his albums in the late 70s. And he kind of looked like Tom Petty before Tom Petty was Tom Petty. A lot of writers thought he was going to be the next big thing, but it never happened. Back then, he used to hang around with Bruce Springsteen and Billy Joel. They made it, he didn't. We'll talk to Elliot Murphy about the pitfalls of being called the next big thing, and about his movie from 2000, I think it was 2015, 2016, which was called The Second Life of Elliot Murphy, talking about his move to France. That and a lot of archival interviews we're going through, like Roland Orzabal, for instance, from Tears for Fears, just to name one. We've got boxes and boxes we're going through, and it's important for us to archive this so you can hear it, moments in time. Also, visit our swag store. It helps us expand our store. We're selling t-shirts, mugs, and sweatshirts. The links will be below in the description of this video. I'm John Bowden. Remember, share our videos. We really need that to expand this channel for sure. People got to see what we do. And if you like it, share it. Comment on our videos. We read all the comments. And of course, subscribe to our channel. We thank you for that. Thanks a lot. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music.